Hi everyone. Welcome to Treasures by Trees. And so, first of all, I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for just being a part of this podcast. And as you know, I promised guests, and so my friend Naomi here, she's going to be joining us today. And so, as I said before, when you guys are watching, please subscribe. It's in capital letters, it's in red. And also, if you want to know when I'm posting, just hit the notification bell. It's just a bell. And I want to just say thank you guys. Thank you for checking on me. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your concern, phone calls, visits, and everything. I am doing better, and it's just a day by day. And so I'm very excited to have my friend here with me today. And so our topic of discussion is knowing people place in your life, because this is very important, because sometimes we fall short in this area of keeping people around too long and just not being in the right place in your life. And so we're going to be talking about that in friendship, a little bit about relationship as well. And so I'm going to stop talking and let Naomi tell you a little bit about herself.
Well, hello guys. Just to kind of piggyback on what Therese was saying, we have been friends since 2016. It has been an exciting and fun friendship, a journey. So we pretty much kind of know about our ups and downs as far as like dating and all that stuff. I would say the dating world can be like really hard. Yeah. Especially when you're coming out of a marriage and you're getting back out there, you're coming across and you're meeting different people, and you just seem to kind of like realize that, oh my gosh, what is going on? Like, who am I going to meet? How's this person going to play a part of my life, my world? And then, with that, you might become disappointed because of who you meet, and you think that they're the one, and then you're just like, oh man, I have to kind of continue this situation and kind of keep going and pick yourself back up, from the last relationship that you were in. But I'm currently in a relationship. Like I said, relationships can be hard. Relationship is definitely what you make it.
Absolutely.
It could be a double standard. It could be a give or take of, one person is one-sided. It could be like, you argue. But what do you make of the relationship? How do you get to the relationship to where you feel like that's your friend first, that is your partner second, and first and foremost, let me say it again, God should always be ahead of your relationship.
Absolutely.
So you oftentimes you don't find that. It's different now these days. The dating world is different.
It's different.
It's hard.
It's hard.
And from my perspective as Therese, we dated. How do you get to a point to where you say you want that friendship, you want God, you want that friendship, you want that one companion to love you the way that your mother loves you?
Right.
And I know there's not no love, like your mother's, but close to it.
Absolutely. Unconditional.
Unconditional. Where do you find it?
Hey, I'm still looking for it. Yeah, well, not really looking, because like I said before, my king is going to find me. I am good. And so I'm going to start with the notes. So basically, in knowing people place in your life, our three talking points for this podcast is going to be reasons. And reasons is, why are they there? Why are these people in your life at this particular time? And the second one is seasons. Knowing when the season ends, and how to determine when that relationship, whether it's at an end. This season has ended for me and this set person. And then thirdly, lifetime. People God sent in your life for a lifetime. Those are the ones that you want to keep. And I swear, most of us don't have lifetime people. And most lifetimers, obviously are your spouses, family members, of that thing. And I'm going to start right here. So we know in Ecclesiastes 3:1-8, and this is a summed up, version. For everything there is a season, a time for every activity under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest. And so we know God is the author of seasons. He's the head of our lives. And so we're going to just be talking a little bit about, knowing when to say, okay, this relationship is not healthy for me. Mm-hmm. It's time for this, relationship to end, whether it be, friendships with women or men. And so we're going to start with reasons. And so everyone that comes into your life and everyone who has been called to be in your life is there for a reason. And we know that. We know that we don't meet people by happenstance or just, you just happen to meet them. Mm-hmm. So I feel as though God ordained these people to us. It is a reason that we meet certain people at a certain time. Just like when you and I met in 2016, having filed for divorce, mm-hmm. Needing to get out the house, started working part-time and, instantly connected. And that relationship has been healthy. And so we have to understand that God will send us a relationship that bears fruit. And when you, whether it be man or female, if you got a relationship and it's not bearing any fruit, what's the point of it, Naomi?
It could be detrimental to you.
Right.
It can be something that can bring you down.
Absolutely.
So it's like we hold on to things longer than we should.
Mm-hmm. That, yes, we do.
So,
especially as women, we tend to, especially when we're men, when it comes down to men, we tend to hold on to these relationships for dear life. And a lot of these men, they might not be your husband, they might just be in your life for a reason and a season. And we're divorcees. We've both been married, we're divorced. And so we understand that seasons end and knowing when they end. And so I would say that God put people into your life for strategic times, because the one thing about the Lord, he's so funny. He knows exactly what we need when we need it.
Yes.
And so when I met you, I feel like he being new to Dallas, I hadn't been here not even a year. Mm-hmm. And he sent me some friends because I don't have family here. And, my friends have become my family and very grateful for that. And so I guess, Naomi, I would ask, when it comes to you, when you meet different people that, because we get to a particular age, we're in our 40s. And so we don't like to start friendships in our 40s because it's like either you're there or you're not, I don't know. I don't trust it. Yeah, I don't know, because women are funny, right? So we get to a particular age, it's like, we like Drake, no new friends, right? And so when you meet somebody that you don't know, how do you take that person on, like when on the female's realm?
From a female's perspective, I'm always a person that's kind of like open and, honest with meeting new people, because you never know who right. You'll meet and what you'll learn, and how that person may be, like an add-on to your life, I'll say.
Absolutely.
I'm open to friends, but then I'm kind of candid in a way. You have your friends that you've been friends with for like years, and then you have like, I would say, new associates. So it's like you try not to kind of categorize the people that you meet and your friends, but it is kind of like in that way. I allow new people to come into my life, of course, and I accept them with open arms. But then it's like, I always want to know what purpose are they serving when they're coming into my life. Absolutely. Because if it's a purpose of, being dramatic or negative, because, we can be negative, women can be petty, but you always try to accept that person for who they are. I'm not a person that's judgmental. I'm accepting of everyone. But when you're stepping into my life and, coming into my boundaries, I want to make sure that it's going to be healthy for me.
Absolutely. And that's so important, because when you meet these people, you have to really take a good look, like, okay, Lord, you want to be accepting, because we are Christians, but at the same time, you don't automatically meet someone and say, oh, that's my friend. You put them in that associate category until you learn a little bit about them, a little bit more about, until God show you exactly why they're in your life. Because unfortunately with me, with reasons and stuff, I've had some friends that when God was purging me last year and cleaning me up and showing me this heart of mine, and when I was, went to the altar and I said, Lord, show me me, help me with me, I had to go through, my friendship list, and I had to look at like, okay, Lord, I'm in some relationships with some women that's not bearing any fruit. Because when I think of friendship, I think the first thing come to my mind is a person that you can count on, that's there when you need them. I think anybody that, say that's my friend, this is a person that you can count on. Because to me, that's what friendship is. And so, these text message friendships, I consider those associates. These, every time, I've had friends that, it's like, hey, you want to go out and do something? Oh, I just never want to do anything, never want to go out or do anything. It's just like, and then I've had the negative ones, I call them Debbie Downers. And remember on Saturday Night Live, woo, woo, Debbie Downer. They tend to just kind of be in this funk where they, oh, woe is me, I'm single, I'm tired, and singleness becomes the topic. People, when I tell you it is nothing wrong with being single, it is nothing wrong with being single. I would rather wait on God to send me my spouse than to be in a relationship and not being fulfilled. Because what is the point of being in a relationship if you're not getting anything out of it? You're just in a relationship. Like, you're not being fulfilled. You might as well be single. You know what I'm saying? Because you can be unfulfilled by yourself. I mean, I'm unfulfilled single, right? So what am I gonna have an addition? Have a man and I'm not being taken care of. And so you want to think of that stuff, and you want to evaluate these relationships and look at it from all aspects. And so the next one, we're going to go into seasons. And as I said before, we're both divorcees. We know those seasons ended, and I've already shared about my season, and being knowing when to end and knowing when to leave. And so that's very hard, and I'll let Naomi speak about that.
It is. It can be very hard to let somebody go that you think that you're going to be with for forever. For myself, I was married for about 7 years, not knowing, what this person was going to do, how they were going to be, because of course, when you get married in your mid-30s, you're just like, okay, it's time, this is exciting, I waited long enough, I've been single for so long, and it's just like a whole new world has kind of like opened up, but you find out this person is not who I thought they were going to be. And that's why I said you hang on to relationships longer than what you should, and then you just like, oh, years and kind of pass by, and then now you're at this stage to where, you know what, I'm not happy, this is draining, I'm not myself, I need to get out of this. I need to learn how to be myself again. I need to be healthy for me, to be able to go out there and date again and be healthy for new people to come into my life.
Absolutely.
Even with the friendships, how can I be someone to encourage someone else if I'm not healthy myself? Absolutely. So with letting go of that relationship and getting back out there and dating and allowing new people to come into my life, I became healthy. But first, it started with me letting go of that relationship, getting right with God, getting healthy with myself, and the encouragement of, friends and family. Absolutely. So that's what's helped me. And of course, my friend Teresa over here, you gotta let that go. You gotta go on. You gotta move on. And she was right.
Absolutely.
She was right. And that's why, it kind of goes back to, friendship is a sisterhood.
Yes, it is.
And I can honestly say that this is my sister.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She's not going to lie. She's going to tell me the truth.
Yes.
And the associates might not be so much honest and truthful to that point, because you don't know what their value is to you until they prove themselves.
Absolutely.
Vice versa, I will prove myself as well, but
and I'm gonna say accountability. Friendship is about accountability, and I'm real big on honesty and transparency and openness. And I don't want a friend that can't be honest, with me about me. If you see something I'm doing or saying, tell me about me. As a friend, hold me accountable, because I'm going to hold you accountable. And I don't like the type of females that, you know, because I'm very open and I'm very honest, like, if you can't handle that, like, you can't connect with me, because I'm going to tell you the truth. Whether, now, it's sometimes it get packaged pretty well in a little bowl, and sometimes, you know, most of the time I'm just going to tell it, because I feel as though when you're a particular age and we've been down this road, you know, you want somebody in your life that can say, hey, this is not good for you. You know, you're not happy. I can see it all over you. Because in these relationships, the goal is to get to happy. And I would say about a situation, you know, for me, on, you know, having to, when I had to let go of a person that I love very deeply, I was holding on to the fact that, you know, God had showed me this was the person I was supposed to marry, and I held on to that dear life, like, and so the relationship didn't work, and so you still love this person very much, and you tend to just hold on to, like, okay, maybe we might get back together, or maybe things might find their way back. Those I call that, I'm gonna speak for me, remember, that was a form of being unhealthy, because you're holding on to something that is over with in hopes that this person might turn out to be what you desire them to be. And if they already showed you who they are, believe them. Yes. And I knew that the way that I felt about this guy, he didn't feel that for me. And so he showed me over and over, but at the same time, I still wanted to convince myself that, you know, this is my person. You know, and once again, we were talking about, when you mentioned the one-sided, the relationship was completely one-sided. And my thing, being healthy now and looking at this stuff, it's like I don't even, you do things and you look back over your life and you're like, well, because he wasn't doing anything in the beginning. He wasn't even like really putting any effort in the relationship. You were like carrying the burden. And so having to just release that stuff and say, you know what, it's over, done with, move on with life. And that's what it comes back to, seasons. Because sometimes we find ourselves in different seasons because of our own doing. That was my doing, holding on to something that was over in hopes that it would change. Because people rarely change, especially with men. I've learned at 45, if a man really want you in their life, you're going to be a part of their life. Yeah. They're going to make you a part of their life. If they want to be with you, they're going to be with you. I don't care how busy their schedule is. I don't care what they got going on. They are going to be with you. You're going to be their woman, girlfriend, wife, partner, whatever. They're going to make it happen. And so it doesn't matter as women that we might want this, but if they don't want that, then it's not going to happen. And so for time purposes, our last one is your lifetime people. These are lifetime relationships that are a gift from God. And it usually consists of like spouses, family members, friends like Naomi. I feel like she's my lifetime person, my sister, because remember, I don't have family here. So my friends are my family. And so these are relationships that you're blessed to have. You know, they make your life better, because these are people you can talk to that see the real you when you're hurting, when you know, whether it be, you know, relational, whatever, you can call them and cry on the phone, no judgment, and be completely nude with this person and know you're in a safe space. And so that's important, that, you know, to be in a relationship with a woman that has your back.
And a guy too, you know, you want to be vulnerable with each other.
Exactly.
And I'm very just big on, with any relationship, going into any relationship, man or woman, put God ahead of you first, because God is not going to have someone in your life that's just going to drag you along and do you wrong. He's going to remove their person out of your life in an instant, second, a blink of an eye. And I have always been big on praying before I allow people to even go further into my life. And that's how I know that, hey, if it's right, if it's not right, you know. And you know, we may hold on and go ahead and jump into the relationship anyway, but God shows us signs.
Absolutely.
You know the signs. You know when it's not right. You know, it's not only just those feelings, it's just the little things that happen that he shows you when a relationship is right between your friends, between that guy. Don't ignore the signs. I'm going to say always pray about who you invite into your life, because especially if you have kids, you don't want to, you know, cause that relationship that you have with that person to affect your children.
Absolutely.
So, you know, with that being said, I value my friendships now that I am 41. I value my life. I value, you know, having God ahead of my life, and I value, you know, just being able to grow, because you grow each time as you get older. You grow every day, really. But just, you know, the people in your life are supposed to be your accountability to help you grow. So that's very important as well. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave it on that note. I'm gonna let Teresa carry us on out.
Yes, and so once again, you know, as she was just saying, you know, women, we have a woman's intuition, and so when we meet guys and stuff, when things come up in your spirit and you're praying like me, my relationship with God is my everything. And so when I meet somebody, I immediately start praying, God, you know, who is this person? Is this the person that you sent, or is this sent by the devil? And most of them been sent by Satan, honey. I done had a bunch. Whoop, just saying. And so don't get me wrong. Just because they are sent by God does not mean they are always going to be, that the relationship is going to be easy. Any relationship takes effort on both parties, whether that's two women, men, women, whatever, husband, spouse, however, even with your sisters and your brothers and stuff. And so one of my favorite quotes is by Dr. Seuss, believe it or not. He says, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. So with that for me, that means that it doesn't matter if the relationship ended, whether it was, you know, one of your exes or whatever, or the season ended with a female. I'm always thankful for what, you know, when they were in my life, and what did I learn from that said person. But when God tell me, you know, move, it's time for him to go, you know, I'm big on the deuces, right? Yeah, you gotta go. And so, you know, I thank God for my friends, and I thank God for the friendships that I've, you know, been able to develop since I've been in Dallas, you know. And Naomi, you know, she is a sweet spirit. This is my person. And so we definitely wanted to get her on here and share. And guys, you know, thank you for listening. And once again, when you go watch, subscribe. You know, they ain't read. And so I am going to continue to have guests on sharing, and we're going to talk about things, you know, everyday life, because friendship, you know, whether people understand it or not or know it, relationships, that's one of your most important investments in life. Because if you choose to wrong mate, like we did, we ain't gonna talk about that. You know, you're gonna end up sitting on the couch divorced, right? So, you know, and hey, you know, sometimes, you know, it works and sometimes it don't, but you know, we're very hopeful that God, we're gonna get married again, and you know, like I said, he's gonna find me. So I'm gonna just sit here and chill and walk in my purpose until he do. But no endings, know when it's time to end, and pray before you end the relationship, you know, whether it's with a man or a woman. Talk to God about it and let him give you the clearance to say, okay, this time is up with this said person. And so you guys, thank you for just watching. Thank you for tuning in, and just have a wonderful weekend. And once again, hey, Treasures by Trees on YouTube, and definitely I appreciate everything. I appreciate the comments. They have been just so wonderful. And it makes me proud, because I told the Lord, you know, y'all know I didn't want to do this, so we ain't gonna go there. You know, I told God, you know, if it's just one person that gets something out of these, you know, videos, then I've done my part. And so thank you guys, and y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and be safe. Until next week, Treasures by Trees. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.